In Chief of War, power doesn't just explode through battle cries or royal blood. It creeps in through silence, sails, and subtle shifts. For most of the season, we're locked into the fierce tension between island tribes, gods, and prophecy. But then something eerie begins to thread its way through the story, a force that feels unnatural to the land, yet inevitable. The English arrive not with a roar, but with a whisper, and that's what makes them so chilling. Let's start with Kiana, blooded, betrayed, and flung into the sea. At that moment, you think it might be the end of his story. But the ocean doesn't kill him, it redirects him. He's pulled onto a British ship, and just like that, the world of the island cracks open. This isn't some random ship passing by. This is the arrival of empire. They're looking for supplies, yes, maybe trade, maybe alliances. But behind their calm curiosity lies a machine that's rolled over half the world. Every handshake hides a takeover. Every shared story about native life is a footnote in the manual of colonial conquest. Kiana doesn't see this yet. To him, these Englishmen are just awkward strangers with clunky weapons. He dismisses their guns as loud and inaccurate. But Kalmanu knows better. When she sees a musket, her hands tremble, not from fear, but from knowledge. It's not just a gun. It's a prophecy in metal. A warning. She knows they are the future creeping in. And then something shocking happens. Two simultaneous moves that shift the tide. A British sailor is taken in by Kana's family. He's not treated as a threat, not even as an outsider. He's welcomed. A gesture that seems small, even merciful. But it's a crack in the wall. At the same time, Kiana, a fierce island warrior, becomes a passenger aboard a British ship, sailing away from everything he's known. This dual movement, the island reaching out and the English pulling in, marks the beginning of the end. It's no longer a question of whether they'll come. It's how deep they'll go. And let's talk about that British sailor. He's not a villain. In fact, one of the more striking moments comes when he warns his comrade not to repeat the mistakes that got Captain Cook killed. There's respect in his voice. Caution. But the truth is, they don't understand what they're dealing with. They see paradise, resources, maybe peace. But we know what happens next. And that knowledge casts a shadow over every scene. Every gift they bring, guns, steel, sugar, medicine, comes with a price. A price the islands aren't ready to calculate. Kamanu sees this. That's why her role is so powerful. She's not just a royal or a prophet's daughter. She's a revolutionary. By taking in the British sailor, she isn't just showing kindness. She's challenging every rule her world is built on. And if history is any guide, she'll rise to become the Kuhina Nui, a leader with authority equal to the king. But before that, she has to survive the slow invasion masked as friendship. An invasion that doesn't begin with war, but with curiosity. That's how colonization starts, not with gunfire, but with smiles. Kiana's journey is far from over. He's on a ship, but also on the brink of transformation. He left behind bloodshed only to enter a world where power comes not from warriors, but from governments, flags, and foreign faiths. If the prophecy holds, he's meant to change the world. But first, the world will change him, and maybe break him. And Tala, the white-eyed prophet, speaks of a star that signals not destruction, but disruption. She says it marks the rise of someone who will break the world. And maybe that's the real prophecy. Not about uniting the islands under one king, but forcing Hawaii to choose, preserve what was, or face what's coming. By the end of episode 2, the map has already shifted. Kiana is gone. Kalmanu sails with a foreigner. The English don't raise swords. They simply arrive. But that arrival is the most dangerous weapon of all. They bring peace, but demand surrender. They bring knowledge, but it costs culture. And in every quiet moment, you can feel the foundation of the old world softening. And now we want to hear from you. What do you think the prophecy really means? Is Kiana the bridge that saves Hawaii, or the one that dooms it? Will Kalmanu's rebellion lead to freedom or ruin? And can the island resist the tide of empire once it's already on the shore? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'll be reading all of them. This is only the beginning. If you're watching Chief of War and want to track every secret, every betrayal, and every quiet transformation. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. The sails have touched land. And now, the storm is here.